Wild winter weather continues this week in parts of Kern County. Kevin has your forecast. More than 36 people were picked up in Bakersfield driving under the influence over the holiday. And you have the opportunity to celebrate the season during our 17 Days of Christmas toy drive. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. A judge rules that a lawsuit filed by Monsignor Craig Harrison against the group Roman Catholic Faithful and activist Stephen Brady for defamation can proceed. In May, Brady held a news conference in Bakersfield alleging inappropriate conduct by Harrison. The Monsignor is suing Brady for defamation. Judge Eric Bradshaw ruled that Harrison is not a public figure. The next hearing in the case is set for February 3rd. Harrison continues to be investigated in Firebaugh for sexual misconduct. Merced and BPD wrapped up their investigations with no charges filed against Harrison. Well, it was a busy holiday weekend for local law enforcement as officers combed the streets and highways to keep people safe. The California Highway Patrol arrested 37 people on suspicion of driving under the influence in the Bakersfield area during the Thanksgiving holiday period. The CHP also investigated one deadly crash during that time. BPD arrested 12 people on suspicion of driving under the influence. An update now on an investigation into a body found off Breckenridge Road. The coroner has identified the victim as 27-year-old Angel Melendez. His body was found yesterday afternoon on Breckenridge Road east of Pepper Drive. KCSO says his body was found with multiple gunshot wounds. If you have information on this case, call KCSO. 2 men are behind bars after leading officers on a chase following a shooting at a hotel off Rosedale Highway. Bakersfield police say the shooting happened just after noon yesterday inside a room at the Rosedale Inn on Buck Owens Boulevard. Police say the victim's wounds are moderate. Officers say they chased the alleged shooters after they took off from the hotel and ran toward the Costco on Rosedale. After a short pursuit, officers arrested 2 men. The identity of the victims has not been released. On to the impeachment inquiry as it enters a new phase this week in Washington. Tomorrow, the Intelligence Committee is expected to hand over its findings from last month's hearings on whether the president was wrong to withhold aid from Ukraine while asking for an investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter's dealings in Ukraine. Republicans want the man who led those hearings to testify. They argue Intelligence Chair Adam Schiff is biased. Wednesday's judiciary hearing will feature 4 constitutional experts trying to tie the testimony to the law to make the case for impeachment. Lawmakers are expected to consider charges of bribery, abuse of power, and obstruction of justice for directing White House staff to defy subpoenas. And overnight, President Trump's lawyers announced they would not attend Wednesday's hearing, calling it an unfair and irretrievably broken process. Democrats are still hoping for a full vote before Christmas, setting the stage for a trial in the Senate in January. Meantime, President Trump blasted House Democrats for holding an impeachment hearing while he's representing America overseas. The president and First Lady left Washington this morning to attend a summit of NATO members in London. Asked why he's not sending his own attorney to Wednesday's House Judiciary Committee hearing, the president dismissed the proceeding as a hoax.
So the Democrats, the radical left Democrats, the do-nothing Democrats, decided when I'm going to NATO, this was set up a year ago, that when I'm going to NATO, that was the exact time. This is one of the most important journeys that we make as president. And for them to be doing this and saying this and putting an impeachment on the table, which is a hoax to start off with. If you notice, there was breaking news today. The Ukrainian president came out and said very strongly that President Trump did absolutely nothing wrong. That should be case over.
President Trump previewed the summit with another call for NATO members to contribute more to their own defense budgets. He'll be in London through Wednesday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said today that the U.S. is still committed to the Paris Climate Accord. Pelosi's leading a congressional delegation to this week's United Nations Climate Summit in Spain. The summit aims to step up efforts to stop global warming. Pelosi said climate change poses a threat to public health, the economy, and national security.
By coming here, we want to say to everyone, we're still in. The United States is still in. If you believe, as do I, that this planet is God's creation, then we have a moral responsibility to be good stewards of it. But if you don't share that belief, we all agree that we have a moral responsibility to our children to pass on this planet in a very responsible way.
President Trump has taken steps to withdraw from the 2015 agreement, but under its rules, the U.S. cannot pull out for another 11 months. The first major snowstorm of the season slammed the Northeast last night, pounding several states with heavy snow and icy rain. Nearly 10,000 flights were canceled and another 1,000 delayed. Millions of people were left stranded, trying to make it home from the holiday weekend. A Delta Airlines jet slid off the runway in Buffalo. Heavy snowfall, freezing rain, and high winds keeping thousands of planes out of the air and creating slick surfaces and reducing visibility on the roads. So we had issues going into the holiday weekend, and they had issues coming out of it, Kev.
And they still have more issues, and we'll get to that a little later. Taking you outside, looking off to the east from downtown, we have some scattered clouds, but making for a good start to the afternoon here. And temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer today as well. Currently, we sit at 68 degrees. The winds are calm in the Bakersfield area. As we take a look at temperatures this afternoon, we will rise into the 60s. In fact, some of the models putting us right near 70 with the sunshine that we're seeing now, and then dipping down into the 50s this evening. And then for the Tehachapi area, 46 degrees. Currently, you have an east-southeast wind at 8. That is starting to calm a little bit. We did have a high wind warning over the Grapevine earlier this morning. That has been canceled. You can see upper 40s, and I think we'll see a few lower 50s this afternoon, slipping back into the 30s tonight. More rain is also on the way, but is snow going to accompany it? We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. If you've ever thought of a career in law enforcement, BPD is holding a trainee session tonight. It's happening at 6 o'clock. The session takes place at the new Police Academy on California Avenue. It's all part of BPD's drive to lure in new recruits, with City Council recently approving a $3,000 bonus for anyone who completes a year of service after completing the academy. For more information, visit our website, kget.com. Well, you can make the holidays brighter for local senior citizens. This Wednesday, we're partnering with Christmas for Seniors to gather donations of things that low-income and veteran seniors often think of as luxury items. These are things like laundry detergent, paper towels, Kleenex, toiletries, large print word finder puzzle books, or $10 gift cards to places like Walmart, Target, or the drugstore. When picking things up like laundry soap, small sizes are better because they're easier for seniors to carry. Join us from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Compassion Corner, across from our studios at 22nd and L Streets. Help make the holidays brighter for a local senior and stop the bus with us on Wednesday. And to celebrate the holiday season, we're kicking off our annual toy drive. Our 17 Days of Christmas toy drive is underway. We'll be collecting toys and gifts until December 17th. The toys will benefit the Bakersfield Homeless Center and the Boys and Girls Club. You can drop off your donations here at our station, at the Homeless Center, or at the Boys and Girls Club. It's Cyber Monday, and we have tips for getting deals instead of getting scammed. We'll have a look at what you should watch out for online. And are you allergic to the holidays? Some common Christmas culprits when it comes to allergies. Your 17 Health Watch is after the break. We're back now on your 17 Health Watch, an update on E. coli outbreaks across the nation. And we're not just talking about lettuce. 67 people were sickened from an E. coli outbreak linked to lettuce grown in California. Some of these people then developed a certain type of kidney failure connected to E. coli. The outbreak spread across 19 states. And Hodgson Mill of Effingham, Illinois, has announced a voluntary recall of 5-pound bags of its unbleached all-purpose white wheat flour. Samples tested positive for the potential presence of E. coli. Look for Best By dates of October 1st or 2nd of 2020. If you have this in your pantry, stop using it immediately and return it to the place of purchase for a full refund. No illnesses have been reported. Are you allergic to Christmas? It may sound silly, but it's a real concern. Hidden dangers in your favorite holiday accessories could lead to some serious health issues. Kate Chappelle reports.
Are you suffering from Christmas tree syndrome?
I'm not sure what that is.
What's that?
Allergies and asthma, according to doctors, can be exacerbated around the holidays when everyone is inside together, often gathered around the beloved Christmas tree that unfortunately can be harboring pollen and mold.
People think it's actually the tree, but it's actually the mold spores within the tree that are causing issues. So if you already know that you're allergic to mold or you've had that tested in the past, it's It's better to steer clear of the real fresh cut trees and get a fake tree.
But artificial plants pose problems too. That's why mold remediation specialist J.T. Meyer says cleanliness is key.
It's not just the dust, it's the moisture. If you ever get moisture mixed with dust, you're always going to have mold. And it's it can grow in 2 to 3 days.
Mold and dust can lead to respiratory issues. Meyer says wipe down the artificial tree, ornaments, and all decorations before you set them up. They've been stored away for months in garages, basements, and attics, all prime breeding grounds for mold and dust mites.
The most important thing is that you keep your house clean and put them away in a plastic or non-organic type box.
No cardboard, paper is food for mold. Choose a waterproof and sealed container and store in a cool, dry place. And to keep the air clean for all your guests, avoid scented petroleum-based candles that can produce soot and irritating particles.
And you may be surprised to know that poinsettias can be problematic too, not just for your pets, for people who are allergic to latex. Poinsettias are part of the rubber tree family. Well, you learn something new every day. And let's go ahead and check out that forecast now. Drying out before another bout of rain.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this area coming up in just a little bit, but this is on the national scale, and this is Albany, New York, where they have snow on the ground. I know we just got over the snow here in Kern County, and things are starting to melt off. Let's talk about temperatures here in Kern County. 68 in Bakersfield, 67 in Delano, 66 out in Buttonwillow, and then we've got 40s and 50s into the mountains, 46 in Tehachapi, 52 for Lake Isabella. Here's a look at the satellite and radar, and we've been able to see more sunshine. Again, we have some scattered clouds. The rain has come to an end. The wind has calmed down. I'll tell you, November rain has really looked great. For the month, we picked up 1.07 inches, and you can see here, that's the best amount we've seen since 2014, but I'll make it better. 1.07 in the gauge for November of 2019. That tops of the last 10 years. So we have not seen that kind of rain in the past 10 years for the month of November. We'll take it. Let's hope December's just as nice. Arvin right now, partly cloudy, 66, beautiful shot there. Wasco, mid-60s and partly cloudy. Frazier Park, you've got snow on the ground, 42 degrees, partly cloudy skies your way. And also, Golden Hills has a few scattered clouds and 48. Still snow on the ground, but melting off there a little. We've got rain up to the north, though. The next system that's going to impact us is positioned just off San Francisco, and you can see where that moisture has been focused on north of Kern County and even north of Fresno. This will slide a little more south as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. And this was just updated here just seconds ago, but we have a winter storm watch for areas to the south, and that will include areas just north of the Lake Isabella area, but we still have the winter storm warning in effect for the Sierra until 6 o'clock tonight. Want to show you Yosemite. Take a look at Half Dome right now. Lots of snow and just a beautiful sight up that way, and more snow to come. Here's a look at the Pacific view. So we've got this system. That's going to roll in late tomorrow into Wednesday. Secondary system out of the Gulf of Alaska arrives late Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. And I know we say Gulf of Alaska, a lot of cold air, more snow. This one's going to be a little bit warmer, so snow levels are going to be above 6,500, 7,000 feet. Here's a look at our futurecast model. This is where the rain is right now, and you can see by tomorrow we start to see some showers move on in right around 5:30 in the morning on Wednesday morning. May arrive a little earlier into late Tuesday night. Swings on through. We get a break Wednesday and into Thursday, and then that secondary batch of moisture moves in by late Friday and into Saturday, and then we'll dry out, looks like, by late Sunday. So that's kind of what we're looking at. You'll spell it all out. A few breaks for today with the clouds. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s. That next storm door will open late tomorrow night. How much rain? Well, we're looking between 1/4 and 1/2 inch of rain Tuesday through Sunday. Mountain rain amounts between 1/2 and 1 inch. But Thursday, we should all remain dry, and that's good news. Now let's talk about the national weather, and we were talking about the East Coast. They're seeing some snow, and we showed you a live picture out of Albany. There it is, all that snow starting to fall right now. Albany up to the north. New York City had rain this morning, now switching over to some snow there. Here at home, we're just going to see some sun and some clouds throughout the day. Temperatures have been bumped up because of the sky clearing out a little bit. 69 in Bakersfield, 68 in Delano, 65 out in Maricopa. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley, we'll be looking at 51 in Frazier Park, 50 in Tehachapi, and mid to upper 50s into the Kern River Valley. Look for an easterly wind right around 10 to 20. And then for the desert, 56 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast tomorrow. A chance of showers late into Wednesday. We get a break on Thursday for the Christmas parade, and then another round of showers late Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For the mountains, same scenario here, but temperatures will be a little warmer into the upper 40s, and snow level hovering around 7,000 feet. And the Kern River Valley forecast, also a break on Thursday, but the storm coming in late tomorrow into Wednesday could bring some snow into the higher elevations just north of the Kern River Valley and Lake Isabella. So Alta Sierra looks like they're going to pick up more snow.
All right. That's great news. We hope to get them open soon.
Yep.
All right. Still ahead here at noon, billions of dollars already spent and so many sales left to go. We'll have your holiday shopping forecast in your 17 Business Watch next.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
We're back in your 17 Business Watch. Stocks falling today, the first trading day of December, as investors digested disappointing manufacturing data along with the latest trade news after capping a month that featured blistering gains. The Dow is down 212 points so far in trading. The Nasdaq down 89 and the S&P 500 down 22. Checking out oil prices while we're at it. West Texas Intermediate, $56.01 a barrel this afternoon, and Midway Sunset started the day at $59.71 a barrel. It's Cyber Monday, and that means people are heading online for great deals, but it isn't just today. Online spending's breaking records early and often. Shoppers spent $4.2 billion online Thanksgiving Day this year. That's a 14.5% increase from last year and a record high, according to data released by Adobe Analytics. Black Friday online sales hit around $7.4 billion this year. Nearly half of the revenue on Turkey Day came from smartphone purchases, a 24.4% increase from last year. Cyber Monday first started back in 2005 as a way to push people online after Black Friday. Well, now it's grown into one of the biggest single spending days of the year. NBC's Vicki Nguyen has a look at some of the deepest discounts that you could find.
Cyber Monday deals are expected to draw nearly 19% more shoppers than last year. Shoppers who will shell out an estimated $9.4 billion in a single day. Mega retailers are offering some of the best prices of the year. Amazon cutting costs on its branded electronics, 56% off the Echo Dot, 50% off the Fire TV stick, and 40% off the Fire tablet. At Best Buy, you can save up to $200 on some HP laptops, $300 off a TCL HD TV, and the Apple Watch Series 4 priced at an all-time low, starting at $299. Walmart slashing prices, too, on toys, gaming, and kitchen items, including $65 off a Little Tikes Jungle Gym, $150 off the Xbox One S, and $50 off the Instant Pot Duo. At Macy's, a 13-piece cookware set, originally $119, now on sale for $39.99. Retailers like Nordstrom and Saks Fifth Avenue also giving shoppers additional gift cards when they hit spending thresholds through today. All of these deals just a click away. According to Shopify, 86% of Americans say they feel comfortable buying products online. So, what are some tips to make sure you're shopping safely? Use a credit card. Debit cards don't always offer the same purchase protection. Be wary of links in unsolicited advertisements or emails. They might be phishing schemes. It's always safer to go directly to the website you're interested in instead of clicking on links from texts or emails offering great deals. And don't use public Wi-Fi to shop. If your Wi-Fi isn't secure, neither is your purchasing information. And what about that limited supply item that suddenly disappears? It could be because a Grinch bot got there before you. That's another name for cyber thieves who snatch up big-ticket items and not only sell them for a higher price on third-party sites, but they can quickly steal your data, including credit card and bank information. So how can you protect yourself? Always be careful when buying items from third-party sites. And on retail websites, look for this green lock in the address bar. It means the site is encrypted and should protect your personal information. The same goes for shopping on your smartphone. The latest data shows shoppers are expected to spend $1 out of every $5 this holiday season on their phone. But remember, not all apps are created equal. Watch out for copycat apps impersonating your favorite store or retailer. And if you want to save even more this Cyber Monday, don't forget about cashback apps like Dosh or Rakuten. They offer 2, 5, even 15% cash back on some purchases. Call it a cyber sweetener when you're clicking and swiping this holiday season.
Vicki Wynn reporting. Also important, especially this time of year, keep an eye on your credit card statements for any unusual activity and use strong and diverse passwords if creating new accounts with retailers. One compromised account could turn into many more if you're not careful. Coming up, if you're heading out to buy a fresh cut live Christmas tree, brace yourself for some sticker shock. The U.S. has experienced a 33% drop in Christmas tree production since 1977. Pair that with droughts and wildfires on the West Coast, and you get a shortage. Tree farmers face an especially uncertain future as questions loom over how they'll remain profitable as the climate changes. Christmas tree prices have more than doubled since 2008. Now the average price of a tree is $76, according to the National Christmas Tree Association. The spike in prices is the result of the 2008 financial crisis, when many tree farmers went out of business and replacement trees were not planted. Coming up next, the latest on the London Bridge terror attack after this. Welcome back. Making news around the world, London Bridge reopens to cars and pedestrians 3 days after a man previously convicted of terrorism offenses stabbed 2 people to death and injured 3 others before being shot dead by police. NBC's Bill Neely reports from London.
A vigil for the victims this morning in a city still in shock at the brutal killings and the chase on London Bridge that ended in police gunfire. The victims had tried to help the man who killed them, a convicted terrorist, one of many they worked to rehabilitate. Saskia Jones, just 23. Her family said she saw the best in everyone. Jack Merritt, 25, whose family said he believed in redemption, not revenge. The killer had been released after serving 6 years in jail for Islamist terrorism. Now there's a rethink about 74 other terrorists who've been released early. And a political row. A Prime Minister promising a crackdown. Police and security services are now reviewing how a suspect who was tagged and under active surveillance had the freedom to attempt mass murder. The killer had written letters, even a poem explaining how he changed from the man who once plotted to blow up the London Stock Exchange. And so he was invited to the rehabilitation conference over there. He was only being monitored occasionally by intelligence officers who were also looking at 3,000 other potential suspects. So he fooled everyone. His family, his lawyer, the police, and tragically, his victims. Bill Neely, NBC News on London Bridge.
When we come back here on 17 News at noon, a puppy found almost perfectly preserved in permafrost in Russia. We'll tell you how old researchers think the pup could be. Finally at noon, an 18,000-year-old puppy found preserved in permafrost in eastern Russia was shown today for the first time. It was discovered by a local person in the eastern Siberian region, and it's believed to be the oldest canine discovered in the area. Found remarkably well preserved with fur, teeth, and even whiskers.
Yeah, there's pictures online of it. It's amazing.
It is amazing to see. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back tonight at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.